Greetings, fellow Demon Slayers. This is Taimanin and Mari here today with another video. And I'm going to just hop right into it because we have a few things I want to go over. It's not any one topic, it's just a few. So, for the first thing I want to talk about, I did watch the new episode of Taimanin TV. Not really much going on there. They are celebrating the 15th anniversary of the Taimanin franchise, so maybe we get something in the game, maybe not, who knows. I know a lot of gacha games, when it is an anniversary, they give out something like gems or a gacha ticket or what have you, but who knows what they'll do here, if anything. Just thought I'd let you guys know that tidbit. Besides that, they talked about, I guess, new character cards coming out in the gacha in the Taimanin RPG game on the Japan side. Those cards are going to run from today, the 31st, till the 16th of November. Besides that, they did a cooking segment, I guess for the anniversary. Not really much to see there. They just cooked some food and it was adorable. So, moving on from that subject, I also did give the Twitter and Facebook another look today. Not any more news posted, like actually oddly enough, I think the Facebook posted the Halloween skins, the splash art for the mobile version, 16 hours ago, but they've already been here for almost a week, so I don't know why they're advertising the skins now, because the Halloween skins have already been available, but whatever, that was posted, but no new news on our teasers on Shiranui or anything like that. So we'll just have to wait and see after Maintenance Monday what happens. The next thing I want to cover is toxicity in the community. So, last night someone commented on the video, and before even getting into that, I want to say, like, if you guys agree or disagree with what I have to say in the video, I don't mind. Like, some people disagreed with my opinions on the content being rushed. Some people agreed. Some people feel it's too fast because they would like more time to save. Some people feel it's okay because they want more content and they want to catch the Japanese version. That's fine. Like, if you don't like what I say or disagree with what I say, you're 100% allowed to voice your opinions. I don't mind because that's what makes us all individuals. Like, I don't want you guys to be brain dead drones who just parrot what I say and, oh, well, Mari said. No, like, have your own opinions. It doesn't have to be what Mari said. You can think your own things. I won't shun you. I won't have anything against you for it. Because I will certainly think what I think, regardless of what you say. That's the beauty of having an opinion. With that being said, someone decided to come into the comments and this guy posted like an essay, like it was this huge wall of text saying why he disagreed with what I had to say in the video. Okay, whatever, that's fine. I replied to him. When I was done replying to him, I realized that I had 3 more comments on my channel. So I checked them. It was all the same exact essay that he posted to me. He replied to like 3 other people who had the same opinion and just spammed them with the same answer as he gave me. So at this point, I replied to one of the people he replied through that comment at and asked, why are you writing this 4 times? There's no reason for that. I already answered you. So he proceeds to write it to someone else in Spanish. He literally took the same whole essay and just wrote it out in Spanish. And for anyone who wants to be sneaky and do that, like, I can look at a lot of other languages and kind of get the gist of what's being said, and then there's this nice thing called Google Translate, so I would know what's being said anyway. And my best friend is fluent in Spanish, so I had him confirm my suspicions, and yes, it was just the same exact essay written in Spanish, which is just rather petty. So, you all won't see the comment. We went ahead and removed it. The takeaway here is there's no need to spam. If you don't like what someone says or you disagree with what someone says, one time will suffice. There's no need to spam to get my attention. Like, under any circumstances, I check every video, and I'd like to think that I'm on top of it when it comes to like getting back to you guys. Like, I'm pretty sure, like, I get 90 to 95% of the comments with some sort of reply or reaction. So that person is no longer able to comment on the channel because they obviously abuse the right to. But you all are allowed to disagree, that's fine. Just don't spam, don't be rude, don't be toxic. And piggybacking off of that subject, we are actually working on a Discord right now for the channel /Action Taimanin for people who enjoy the content to come gather, talk about the game, and just kind of have a space where, it's just a healthy environment. It's going to overall be pretty great. Like, it's being worked on probably within the next week or so. I'd say it'll be done. When it is done, I will start letting you guys know about it at the beginning and end of each video and posting it in the description. And I'll just be putting an invite daily in every description as I release videos, so anyone who wants to join is welcome to do so when the server is ready. And like I said, it'll be a place to discuss builds, games. If you want to talk about anime, you could do it there. Anything you want to talk about, we have like some sort of tab for you to discuss. So that'll be a great way to keep up with the channel, as video notifications will be there. That'll also be a great way to engage with me, engage with other members in the community, and overall make our experience more positive and more fruitful, because playing games alone is rather boring and I prefer to talk to people about them. So now that that's out of the way, I want to get that all said and done first. I do want to look at the crafting facility. Just let me get this weapon back in the... Go. Sorry about that. Okay. So looking at the crafting facility, I did get it to level 5. So the last time I spoke about this with you guys, it wasn't done. I wasn't able to show you what I was really talking about. But now that we have level 4, this would be the recipe to craft an esoteric shard for getting your characters past the 70 cap. And this would be the recipe here to craft a lunar ore. So now that you've seen that, next I want to go to craft level 5. So here you have, we can make fibers of green, blue, and red, as well as nano metal of green, blue, and red. The materials for these, besides farming dailies, as you can see, we have the chips and the green ore shard. These all come from like dailies and opening the friend boxes. What these are used to make are the character costumes, which is the big draw of getting it to level 5. You get these exclusive costumes. So if you look at them, like Asagi would take the green series of mats, Sakura would take the blue, Yuki would take the red, and Renko would take green as well. So really simple. The time frame for making these costumes, in case anyone is wondering, I believe Japanese players place it at about like 5.5 to 6 months. If you're getting like everything you need, like the Renko match you need, like say you wanted to make Renko's skin, you would need to get her little friendship emblem, and then you would need to get the nanometals and the fibers. So about 5.5 to 6 months. This isn't something that you're going to just get done right away in game. It's something that's meant to kind of be worked towards. So obviously go for your favorite Taimanin first and make their costumes, get the stats if these provide any, and overall have a good time. Now I am just going to showcase each costume because I'm sure people who haven't seen them would like to see them. So we have the Timeless Almighty skin. It's pretty much just Murasaki's outfit. If people are familiar with her, she's one of the new characters in story, but colored purple to fit Asagi's color palette. So it looks really nice. I really like it. Next we'll look at Sakura's. It's called Young and Undying, and again, it is just a recolor of Murasaki's outfit, but pink to match Sakura. There we go. Again, really cute. Next we look at the Lightning Rivalry for Yukikaze. This would actually be Sue's Taimanin outfit. So Yukikaze decided to, I guess, swap clothes with Sue, which is all good. It looks really good on her. I like it. And then next we look at good old Renko here. Renko, oddly enough, is wearing Shiranui's default outfit. So I think that's pretty funny, as Shiranui's not even in the game yet, and Renko already decided to raid her closet. Also looks really good on her, so that's that. Renko gets her skin. And it's just kind of the same color for Renko. It doesn't look like an off color or anything. Because if I'm remembering right, this is the default coloring of Shiranui's outfit. Or close to it anyway. So that's done. I just wanted to go into the facility, show you guys what's going on there. I've kind of said all I've wanted to say for the day. So now we will go ahead and get into good old Asagi here. I know a lot of people have been asking in comments when is the Asagi build, because I kind of showed everyone else. With the Renko release, I wanted to get a video out for her, just showcasing some example builds to give you guys ideas, because I know a lot of people wanted her, so that took priority over Asagi, unfortunately. And then on top of that, with the Shiranui news, Asagi just kind of kept getting pushed back. So I am tacking her onto this video, so you all can see what I do with Asagi. And again, draw your own conclusions. If you don't like the skills that I use, experiment. But for me, I really enjoy this build, so I'm going to go ahead and put it out there. First, we'll look at the supporters. This is a full assist build. We are using Kaworu as the main, as per usual, so we won't stick around on this screen. You all probably all know what she does by now. We are using Momoko for the special regen, as per usual. And we have Yuna here in the filler slot, because I just don't have any other crazy good assist types supporters. If I go to the gacha screen, I would suggest using this if you have it. Like, I'm personally not pulling here because every gem I own is just going towards Shiranui's mileage skin at this point. I'm really trying to get my hands on that because she's waifu. But getting back on subject, this is great to use over Yuna because of the increased damage to your ultimate. Yes, it is a dead roll while you're not ulting. I don't like that, but it's great for pairing with Momoko because of the increased particles that you get. On top of that, the build seems to just generate particles really fast. So I would definitely suggest this Asagi as a side supporter if you do have her, over using Yuna. But Yuna's fine as a filler for now. Another one I would suggest if you did pull for it is the Hisui supporter. She was in the pickup gacha that was replaced by this one. But she was also an assist type ultra rare, if I'm remembering correctly. I think her passive just reduces damage from bosses by 20%, which still is kind of better than Yuna. Because being ultra rare, she would just give more stats on top of that reduction. So if you have that, if you manage to get the Hisui, or if you have your hands on this Asagi, or you're planning to pull for her, that is a better choice than using Yuna. Yuna is just a filler. So moving on from the supporters, we will look at the skills. I am using the Rinjenka skill. Basically says performs a consecutive attack by piercing the enemy with numerous sword strikes. So what it does is Asagi kind of turrets in place. And I will say this now, that is a drawback to the skill. Use it when the enemy is in front of you and won't be going anywhere, because they can kind of walk away from her. She won't chase them or port around like with Sakura's spin. But getting into the passives, it does say reduces damage taken by 50% during the attack, so she is rather tanky while doing it. It adds an additional 5 attacks to the skill, and then the final 3 set would increase the skill damage by 150%. And if you look, this is what it looks like. Kind of like just slashes them, or rather stabs at them like Cervantes from Soul Calibur, if you ever played him. His Jest Frame kind of does something akin to that stab. So really nostalgic for me because I'm a huge Soul Calibur fan. So I already love that animation. The second skill would be her Taimanin art, which basically just enhances her normal attacks. Asagi's normal attacks hit absurdly hard for whatever reason. Hers just seem really beefy when you smack things with them. And using this gets her an additional 30% total added to her attacks on top of an additional particle charge amount of 50% while landing normal attacks. So really useful with this build. Pairs really well with Momoko, and if you have that Asagi supporter, all around a good time, as you will be getting your ultimate really quickly. Next we look at her bread and butter skill that makes the whole thing work, called the Kojenka. It has a really short 9-second cooldown. During an extreme dodge, enters into the rupture of super speed and reduces all enemies' movement speed for 4 seconds. So essentially, they move really slow, you move really fast. Anyone who's played any of the visual novels know that this is Asagi's specialty, and it definitely shows in this game. The 2 set would further increase her movement speed during the ability by 20%. And it's really simple. You dodge, she slows time, you get this nice like purplish effect. And during that time, you are free to literally beat on them with either her Taimanin art if Renjenka is on cooldown, or you can use the Renjenka to stab away at them at increased speed. So it really pairs well with both of her skills. The beauty of it is that while Renjenka is on cooldown, you don't really take a noticeable DPS loss. As long as you're landing your perfect dodges, she'll be able to just kind of beat on the mobs with aplomb. There's really not much contesting her doing that. The only thing I will say is that when you Kojinka, the enemy hitboxes do freeze in place as well. So if you dodge an attack and walk into the enemy while the attack animation is still kind of there, you will walk into the hitbox and take damage. So be sure to kind of position yourself to their sides and backs while they're time frozen so you can beat on them without Asagi getting smacked. As for the gear, I am using a Yamikuri Maru that's fully forged right now. It is S level 2. Does really decent damage. I am enjoying it. Unfortunately, I don't have a Naraku. If I did, I would probably be using that as the main weapon to just further enhance the output that her basic attacks do. But either way, this is what I have. This is what we will be using in the build. And right now I just have an unforged level 40 magnetic sword on the side as a sub-weapon because I do hope to get my hands on an ultra rare someday, so I don't really want to waste resources forging this weapon right now because, you know, then I'll have them later for something better when and if it does drop. So she's got 40k CP, like 5.3k attack, or 5.4 we might as well say. She's not super geared. Like I said, she is my lowest level character. Like if you look, she's only level 43. So don't expect like a crazy clear time, but we will just do like a gold daily on hard to showcase the build. And that'll be the vid. Right, that loading screen took a bit. Alrighty, so really simple. Like you see, she does really pretty decent damage. If I can just get a dodge going. There we go. And you just kind of haul off and beat on the enemies. It's really simple, really fun. You have this nice stab ability I was showcasing. If you stop hitting the button, she will end it early. Which is useful because, like I said, it does turret her, so she will just be in one spot while doing it. And again, you just dodge, start beating on these guys. Overall, really simple build. I think it's really effective. Like, I see a lot of people talking about, like, how effective her assist setup is in various forms. So it seems to be well liked. I like it. I also heard that her red setup with suppressed supporters is really decent too. So I think with either spec, you're not really going wrong. I just love this because, well, I think I just like playing her in general because the Kojinka feels really effective. Like, I don't really like Sakura's snare because the enemies can still kind of hit you. They can in this build, but the difference is they're moving so slow. Like, the snare doesn't slow their speed, it just kind of stops them from moving, where they can still attack at the same rate. But with this, you're kind of slowing them down to a halt, and then using her ridiculous auto attack to just kind of cleave away at them. So overall, it's just very effective. And Kaworu just adds a nice buffer for if you don't have a move to immediately dodge. You can just kind of pop Kaworu, stun them all in place while they're clumped, and then beat on them some more. It kind of reminds me of playing like old beat 'em ups, like Streets of Rage. Like I like this build because A lot of the builds in this game, like at least on the other characters, seem to rely on a certain skill. Like Sakura's kind of relies on the spin. Or not Morisaki. She spins too. Funny enough, but Renko kind of relies on her meteor. While they do auto attack, like those are their big draws. And then with Yuki, she kind of relies on her Frieza Death Ball. I mean, she can auto attack all she wants because, in her case, she's ranged, so it's really easy to auto attack away. But it's nice to have a melee character that could do that because it's satisfying. Like, you see, I just kind of beat on that guy with no real. He wasn't really contesting anything she was doing because of the time stop and just the priority on her hits. So I just enjoy that there's a good walk around and turn your brain off, slash on him character. The dodge isn't really hard to land. You play her a little bit and you'll get the timing down. And hey, she leveled up, so overall a good time. So with that, that does conclude the video. Like I said, I know she was kind of tacked on, but I wanted to get you guys an example of how I will be using Asagi. Like, that's probably the main spec I will use on her if she becomes one of the Taimanin I use all the time. Like, I want to have at least 3 out of the roster that I main, like, as my waifus, or my harem, I guess. With Shiranui being the main, obviously, but I want to have 2 more that I keep on top of. Like, I will level everyone for video showcases, but maybe, I don't know, maybe Asagi's in the running. I really like playing her. So, with that, I just want to say one more time, be nice, be cordial. If someone doesn't agree with you, there's no reason to resort to name calling to force them to. That's, again, like I said, the beauty of an opinion is we all have one. So don't try to change someone's mind. If they like a skill you don't like, that's fine. Like, and vice versa, like, give others the same courtesy you expect. Like, if you don't want to have someone talk down to you, don't do it to them. Don't escalate any situations that don't need to be escalated because it's a video game, and video games are inherently made to be fun. So there's no reason to be an elitist or talk down to someone or spam someone like that guy that I talked about earlier in the video did. There's no reason to essentially yell like a child to get your way in the room because we all are adults. We're all playing an adult game, so let's act like it. And again, the Discord is in the works. I do hope you guys come and hang out when it is up and running. I'm looking forward to being able to engage a lot easier with you guys because it can be a hassle kind of refreshing YouTube comments. It feels like I'm like RPing on MySpace again. But besides that, that's all I wanted to show. I do hope you guys enjoyed the video and I hope that it was helpful. And I do hope you like and subscribe for further content. With that, I do wish you guys a great rest of your day and enjoy Halloween. I adore Demon's Day. It's my favorite day of the year, and I hope you guys are enjoying it as well with whatever you will be doing. I wish you good luck in your gotchas, and take care.